Welcome to the... Salutations, you ungrateful pieces of shit. Welcome to my 2019 Q&A. I was originally going to play off of the title of my last Q&A video, the Dead Channel Edition, and dub this one as the Content Comeback or the Resurrection, or something along those lines. As some of you may know, I'm officially bringing back my 2017 comedy series, Garçon, for a Season 2. The reason I didn't title my video like that is, well, because I haven't actually uploaded shit since the trailer. This year, I'm noticeably a lot less popular. My first two Q&As got over 40 questions. This year, I only have 29. I actually had 21, but luckily I had went on my Snapchat and practically begged for more questions and managed to get 8 more. So really, I'm thankful I even got this many. Everyone who left a question, I appreciate you. But let's stop wasting time. I'm sure you eager little bastards are shaking with anticipation. If you're wondering why I'm so sweaty, it's because I just got back from the gym and I don't have much time to film this video today. My good old pal Ara asks, and I quote, William the Neckbeard and Incel Destroyer, how do you get so much poo? Before I answer this, are you calling me a neckbeard who destroys incels or a destroyer of both? Or maybe you're calling me both an incel and a neckbeard who destroys shit. So, you think I'm just gonna give away my methods for free on my video or something? What do you take me for, Ara? If you want to know how I get laid all the time, you're gonna have to buy my literature. The choice is yours. Weem's 75 Ways to Get Your Ween Wet, or Willie's Willy Adventures. I can't really choose for you since you're a girl. I leave this decision entirely up to you. How are you doing, by the way, Ara? It's been a few decades. How are the kids? Now onto the anonymous questions. What's your biggest fear? I almost don't like answering this question because I don't want it to be used against me somehow. I'm actually kind of a little bitch when it comes to bugs. There are many bugs that don't bother me, like ants. But some of them scare the ever-loving shit out of me. It's strange because I wasn't as scared of them as a kid, but they scare me more now. Say one of those giant May beetles landed on me, I'd probably faint. I'm not even kidding. I know they're harmless, but I'm just terrified of them. It's honestly kind of pathetic. What are your biggest pet peeves? I'm not a hothead by any definition of the word, but one of the only things that gets me absolutely heated is when people treat me like a child who needs to be guided and told what to do. I don't have a problem with being told what to do if it's a task that needs to be done and they show me some respect, but it's when people don't take me, the way I do things or my life's direction seriously, that's when I start to get frustrated or annoyed. Also, really bad religious takes are a more recent pet peeve of mine. Can you freestyle? No. Last video you said you would do a cooking channel parody. Are you still going to do that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a dynamo and I'll do that occasionally. I'll get this concept that I think is just great and start adding more ideas to it. And oftentimes what will happen though is I stop coming up with new ideas for my concept and then I lose interest in doing it within a short matter of time. On top of that, I've decided to take a more lore-based and artistic approach to my future content and some retarded meme chef idea. It just doesn't seem as appealing as it once did. I'm not ruling it out just yet. This is just one of those things that has to feel right when the time comes. My answer is most likely not. How would you define an RN? Whenever I get a question like this, I can't help but feel a bit stupid. Is this some really obvious abbreviation that everyone else knows about? Is this a reference to a show I've never seen? The only thing I know that it stands for is registered nurse, and I don't think I need to define that, do I? I know you have FL Studio. Why don't you ever make songs? Short answer, because I'm not good at it yet. As much passion as I have for wanting to get good at producing, I have a hard time staying focused on it with all the other shit I do in my spare time. That's why after all this time I've gotten pretty much nowhere with a music career. I have actually made a few songs though, and here's a sample of a few that I finished. I'm not particularly proud of these though, but here you are. Did you never do the monster cat raking video? You gotta understand that I made that statement back when I was unemployed and had all this free time on my hands. I actually took the entire Monster Cat catalog and was arranging it from favorite to least favorite. It was just taking way too long, and I have full-time work now, and I just gave up on it because more and more songs kept coming out as time went on. There's probably been like 300 more songs that have been released since my last Q&A. Maybe if I ever have a whole bunch of time to myself, I'll do it. Don't count on it though. This actually reminds me that there's another video that I actually have to do. I lost a bet and I have to sing the song More by Fractal. That's actually a guarantee. Stick around for that at some point. Favorite high school memory? Back in English 10 honors, there was this kid, who I'm not gonna name, who is still to this day one of the strangest people I've ever known. He was always late to class, always the edgy one, always the one with the strange red pill beliefs, always the one to spew a bunch of outrageous shit. Anyways, one of our assignments was to recite a poem to the class, and he chose this one called Staunch Masculinity to read to our class of sophomores. His delivery of the poem was legendary in its own right, but this fucking poem was basically just the word fuck every other stanza. Stanzas that were like 6 words at most. So they have this little peewee ass 16-year-old kid yelling out that he drinks beer, fucks, and has hair on his chest, etc., etc. The roar of laughter from that classroom would put the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake to shame. The best part is that he didn't print his poem at home, he printed it at school, and accidentally printed out a copy of this shit in the library where he then got in trouble for it. Just really good stuff. I don't think anything from high school has ever topped that. Favorite song at the moment? Here's a few songs that I'm into. My favorite song of the year is Midnight Underground by Cloud9. And my favorite song currently is Problems by Afixa and Stephen Walking. What is your favorite type of EDM? I appreciate that you recognize the sheer variety that EDM comes with. EDM is my favorite genre, but that's a vague statement. There's EDM that I can't stand and some that I think is the greatest music on the planet. I typically like house, but house can be pretty boring. I don't like commercial house very much. My favorite subgenre of all time is complextro, which is electro house. That's where the bass line sections are heavily modulated, and typically there's many varying synths and sounds being played one after another in a short amount of time. Here's an example of one of my favorite complextro songs. Really, I like anything funky or anything that's atmospheric. Beauty, power, and funk are all 3 things that I can make a favorite song of mine. And saxophone solos are literally crack. How many times a day do you finger your asshole? How is Amazon Flex? Been interested in it. I'm afraid I don't actually know much about it. I work at Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon, and sometimes I do have to put together orders for the Amazon Flex drivers, but that's actually a whole separate occupation from what they do. I know they make tips. I think they get paid a considerable wage. I would recommend checking it out. If I could drive, I would have considered doing that myself. How is school? I don't know if this is a joke or not. I don't go to school. Who would you say inspires you the most right now? That prize currently goes to my boy Jack Stallman. Incredibly talented and unique musician and the creator of some of the most creative, unsettling, and sometimes wholesome content I've ever seen.
Your love's the best Punch and Judy show in the whole East Coast.
Who was the last person you hooked up with? Did you seriously expect me to answer this question on a public video? It's really none of your business anyways. I know this is an AMA, but like seriously? You like dick and balls? I love them. I don't know what I'd do without them. How'd you lose your virginity? A little thing called Tinder, my friends. The app is trash and I never have any luck on it, but at least for that one instance, it did me a solid. If you had to replace your hands with objects already in your house, what objects would you choose? This might be the best question I've ever received. I'm gonna have to go with these though. But since that's kind of cheating, I might have to go with salad tongs, assuming that I can still open and close them with little crab claws. Is Garçon gonna be the only series on your channel? Probably not. As far as my lore-based content goes, there might be 1 or 2 spin-offs to Garçon that might coincide with the series. But other than that, I plan on doing the usual tier list / top 10 videos, just because I enjoy doing that type of content. Can you perform a short song? I like it when people ask me questions that are basically just a command in interrogatory form. My answer is, I don't know, can I? Does pineapple belong on pizza? Oh, no. Schlong size?
You people are sick in the head.
How do I still get this fucking question? Remember this shit? Stop. It's only 13 inches, okay? Okay? Why do you do Q&A? I started this 2 years ago for my 100 subscriber special. I decided that I wanted to do an AMA and it was a bit of a hit. I had 50 questions asked the first time around. The next year, since people seemed to enjoy it, as well as myself, I decided to do another AMA video. Well, it just so happens that I decided to do another one right around the exact same time of year, so now this is officially an early July tradition of my channel. So those are the questions that were asked. Now we get into the 300 IQ portion of the video. The people who didn't leave a question. Hi. Make a vid of you doing dares, tat, whoops, be funny as. You have a stroke there, buddy? You alright? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one, home dog. I don't have nearly enough internet clout to be making a fool of myself for views. Unless you consider what I'm doing right now that type of thing. Make more memes, but not as long as memes. I don't think we're ready for this, fellas. What does this shit mean? Does anyone have any idea? I don't even share the memes I make on social media or anything. They just end up on Reddit. Are you talking about my YouTube poops? If that's the case, then you must be this guy as well. Here's my response to both of your statements. Kill yourself. My YouTube poops are pure passion projects, and many people love them. Check out this channel called Smosh. They're hilarious. You're watching YouTube videos and you hear a knock on your front door. It is Ian and Anthony from Smosh. Hey, beautiful, Anthony says. Shy and nervous. Ian leads in to kiss your lips, but Anthony stops him. No, she's mine! Well, that wraps up this video. Hopefully it lived up to the previous years despite having much fewer questions. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or you just think of an attention-seeking whore. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in my future content. Garçon returns this season, so basically if you don't subscribe right now, you're a loser who hates good content. Thank you for everyone who left a question, and those who saw my posts and didn't do shit. I'll be seeing you when we're both inevitably sent to the lake of fire when we die. Bye!